common thing. Talking about feet today, right? You ready to talk about feet today?
Yeah.
Awesome. So one common thing that we see is that in foot pain, plantar fasciitis, ankle pain, bunions, and things that may or may not be painful directly have an effect on the hip and on the low back. So the feet are your foundation, right? Mm-hmm. We have to have good foot musculature and good intrinsic musculature active in order to walk and perform our daily functions. So one thing that we focus on in this office, especially if we have findings in the feet like pain, plantar fasciitis, or other complaints, is that we want to pay attention to the feet and see what the feet are doing, okay? The feet intrinsically can help you strengthen that arch, which can give your back support, which can actually, if we change the feet, we can directly affect, like I said, the low back pain, okay, or the knee pain in a lot of cases. So one thing that we're going to have Raven do is just a couple simple exercises to help gain control of the feet and help the brain be on board with the movement that we're trying to do to help support the back, the hip, and the knees, all right? So what we're going to do first is I'm going to have you just separate the toes. Yep, good, and then come back in. Perfect. And these are really difficult exercises that we're going to go through today. So these take daily effort, good, and repetition to get good at them, okay? So one thing I'm going to cue Raven through, lift all your toes. Yep, good. Now what I want you to do is try to spread the toes out a little bit and then push them down into the ground. Good, perfect, okay? So let's raise just the toes again on the ball of the foot, perfect, and then push them down. Good. And you see her feet working here, okay? So what we want to do here is a little bit of stability here to try to do these exercises, okay? All right. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is sit tall, good, and squeeze the ball, perfect. Now what I want you to do is raise the toes, good, and now try to press the toes down, perfect. Is that a little easier? Mm-hmm. Good, perfect. See? Excellent on this side. See how Raven's got space in between the toes there? So that's perfect. So we want to work towards the feet working similar to the hands. I like to say that the feet are the second hands of the body, right? We want to get rid of the back pain, so we need to pay attention to the feet, all right? So exercise number 1 is going to be that toe splay and toe lift, okay? Now, the second exercise here is going to be to keep these toes on the ground. So just relax your foot. Good. Now, what I want you to do is keep these toes on the ground and try to raise that big toe up just by itself. Yeah, good. Okay, so raise all the toes. Good. Now press the big toe down. Good. Okay, so the opposite. Good. Now try to keep
My
these
brain
down.
is trying to tell it to come up, but it won't.
Good. So I'm going to help Raven out here. Okay, good. We may actually need to help Raven a little bit with this. Okay, let's try this one over here. Good. So try to raise that big toe up. See, Raven has a really good, she's able to do it on this side, okay, and not able to do it on this side. So we may have another finding here, like a mobility restriction or a stability control issue in the foot or the ankle. But a lot of the time, it just takes helping Raven out just a little bit. So I'm going to grab a band for Raven. All right, Raven. What we're going to do to try to help you is to do a little reciprocal inhibition here, okay? So deep breath in, squeeze the ball, push the band. Good, 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 good. Don't let it slip, don't let it slip. Perfect. See how Raven wants to grip her toes? We have that tendency to want to utilize the foot musculature, and it's not a bad thing. So now we're going to retest it actually first. So what I'm going to do here is just have you try to raise up that big toe now. Yeah. There we go. All right. And then try to put these toes down. Good. There we go. Good. When we're examining the feet, we find that people will start to develop this rounded edge here that could turn into a bunion later on when we have inability to activate our intrinsic foot muscles. So Raven actually has a little bit of just a protrusion on the outside here, and this is something that we can help alleviate, especially if we're talking about people that have bunions. So these are some exercises that I would directly apply to folks that have bunions or foot pain so that we can help them get rid of those. We're finding the root cause of what's going on. And notice how Raven has a different, she has a much easier time on this side raising up that big toe. Raise it up for me. Yep, good. Than she does on this side. Now try to raise that one. Yeah, a little bit better than earlier. Good. Yeah, so she goes to the center here. So what I would want to do with Raven, since we're bringing this toe to the center to raise it up, is I would want to come on the other side of her and pull the band. Raven out here. You can do this at home with a little mini band, is to put the band around the toe here. And then what I want you to do is I want you to raise all the toes up, okay, and then press them down into the ground. Good. Now, try to raise up just the big toe. Good, 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 good. And put it down. Perfect. Okay, raise up all the toes. Good, keep that heel on the ground though. Okay, so one common thing that people do here is that they want to recruit different things to try to help, okay? So I want to keep Raven grounded here, all right? I'm just going to have you raise up all the toes. Good, keep that ball of the foot on the ground. Perfect, and then press all the toes down. Good. Yeah, see how she's getting a little bit more differentiation there? Okay, and then one more time, raise up all the toes. Keep the ball down. Good, and then push all the way down. Perfect, good. Now let's check it and just see if Raven's got a difference here. Yep, shake the feet out if we need to here. All right, deep breath in. Good, squeeze the ball. Now try to raise up this big toe here. Come on, brain. There we go. Excellent. So all of a sudden, we're able to give Raven a little bit more ability to raise up that great toe and differentiate it from the rest of the foot. So we just gave Raven a little bit more support with her feet to alleviate things like back pain, knee pain, ankle pain, and feet pain. That was really good.
Yeah.
It was great.